Yo, what's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for October 21st, 2024. Perfect. I hear myself in the audio. Hope you guys have had a fantastic trading day today, right? Hope you guys had a great start to the week. Personally, I wasn't really that active on the charts this morning. As soon as I woke up, I kind of just opened the chart. I saw a lot of pairs consolidating. That was number one. ADR SCP for a lot of pairs also was hit, and then a lot of just counter trend movements. So I'm at a point right now with a lot of my charts where I'm just chilling. I'm not really looking for any positions. Last trade we took again was pretty much last week. We took a nice US oil trade, but just gonna give everybody a few minutes to join here. I'm gonna give everybody another 4 minutes. We'll start at 7:05. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Anything you guys want me to go over, any pairs in specific, whether or not they're on our list. For the new people coming in and joining us, the pairs we're going to be going over are the ones that you see on the right hand side with the red folders next to their name. Starting off with AUDUSD, finishing off with US oil. We're going to be going over AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, USDZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. But again, if you guys have any questions about any other pair, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. Give me 3 minutes, guys. We're gonna give everybody 3 minutes to join. I'm gonna post the link now in the Discord. I posted the link in on X as well. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Copy link. Stream is live. Forex isolation session. Okay. Breakdown. Alright guys, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Again, any questions, just let me know. Alright, I'm back. My bad, guys. We'll get started here. Gonna give everybody another minute. Well, we'll give everybody 40 seconds. We'll start at the 8-minute mark. Mr. Albert, how are you, my brother? Welcome to tonight's session. Hope you had a great day, my brother. Alright. Let's get started, guys. So AU, again, this session is gonna go pretty quickly today, guys. I don't really have too much to really go over in the charts. I haven't updated them today yet, so we'll do that. But again, just based on where we're at overall, where we're at in the lower time frames and the higher time frames, internal, external structure, I'm really not really looking at too much, right? However, we'll go through them. We'll do every session or every pair, and we'll see. Alright, so AU daily time frame, we're in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third that third and final push. Damn, let me take a sip of water, man. This is tragic. Alright, so again, A2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the bottom that we're looking before we get the full turnaround for price to go right back up. So just zooming in, just so we can see the continuations, where we're trading, what structure is doing, right? We can see that we're still trading 2 months of rise, this one being the third month. Price gave us that new high and then started making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and we'll see that in the 4-hour time frame, right? It started pushing down. Now overall, we know that we are still trading between the previous higher high, higher low, and higher high, this 4-hour high in the 4-hour time frame and this 4-hour low, right? We know we had 3 weeks of drop. After 3 weeks of drop, we're looking for price now to either consolidate and move sideways or give us a push back to the top side. Now, why wouldn't this third week, right, looking for a fourth week no net or week of rise, right, why wouldn't that hold? We know that we started off last week with a gap, reset the trend. So we had 2 weeks of drop, and then last week's reset the trend, and we ended up going back down again. So this is a situation where, could AU continue to push down to the bottom? Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. However, right, this is where everything starts getting a little mixy, right? We know that, yes, even though we're looking for price to give us this push to the bottom, or we're looking for that change of character to start making lower lows and lower highs from the external time frame into the internal, we also know that in the internal time frame, right here in the 30-minute time frame, price still, we have that gap, still hasn't filled that gap up yet. So with that being said, what do I want to see first? I would love for price to fill that gap up first and then start the downtrend push. Now, does that have to happen? No, right? We've seen it a lot. We've seen it a lot on other pairs, like specifically US30. We saw it last year on US oil. We saw it a few times on gold, where price gives us a gap and we forget about it for a few weeks, a few months, and price just continues the trend, right? And it isn't until price starts giving us a pullback, right, a lower low going into a lower high, that's when it fills the gap up. And that's a situation that we have on right now with EURCAD, if I'm not mistaken. So we're in a situation with AU where structure we're still making, right? We from today, right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, then price gave us higher high, higher low. All of this is part of the same trend, higher high, and then today price gave us a lower low change of character. So at this point, we have no continuations, we have no change of character, break of structure, retest, which is what I would like to see, right? This is going to be one of those pairs where I'm going to have to sit on my hands just for a little bit. I don't know why I have this here. That's not an engulfing candle. Our 30-minute lows, we don't have any 30-minute lows set, so I'm just going to keep it like this for now. But we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and whatever 30-minute low is set by the time we wake up, we'll update this again. So we're in a situation where, again, I would love to start seeing these downtrend pushes. I would love to start seeing price giving me lower lows and lower highs in the 4-hour. Would love to see it in the daily. However, before I see that, I need to see price fill this gap up, right? Either fill the gap up first and then start going down, or once price gets down to these 4-hour lows, right, the blue box, which again is the 4-hour previous higher low. Once we get down to these lows, price is either going to break these lows to continue, or is going to give us a rejection, and this is where we'll look for price to start that push back up again to fill this gap up. So we'll wait it out. No continuations for me just yet. No continuations. Just gonna sit this one out for now. Sit on my hands on AU and just wait for better structure to develop. So EA in the daily time frame, we know we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. We also know that we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. This is where price has rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 different times, looking to see if price wants to continue that push to the top side again. So we know we had 2 months of drop. We're still trading between, first of all, let's take a step back. We know that we're still trading between our daily high and our daily low, right? We had previous higher high, higher low, higher high. We know we're trading between this daily high and this daily low. We have 2 months of drop, this month being the third month. Price gave us a lower low, right? To start the new month, price went up and gave us a lower high, and we're waiting to see, okay, does price want to give us a steeper pullback, or does price want to just completely turn around and start going back up from here? So this is where the lower time frames come in handy. So we know that, again, we have no continuations in the weekly outlook. We're still trading between the same 4-hour low and 4-hour highs, the daily high and daily low, and everything in here is just internal structure. So once again, no continuations in the 4-hour, no strong lows or highs in this area. So I'm just gonna skip the 4-hour, not really gonna pay too much attention to it. And in the 30-minute, we know that we had a previous lower low, lower high, lower low. Price went up and gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high. All of this is part of the same trend. Now, we know that we're trading between the 30-minute high and 30-minute lows that's down here, and everything that's happening inside, again, is just noise, right? Making traders believe that price was going to go lower, and then turning around and making people believe that this was going to go higher, and turning back around and going straight back down to the bottom, making people believe we're going to go lower, and then going back up to the tops. Right, we're in a situation now where we had a day of rise on Friday. Today being Monday, we had a second day of rise. Could we be expecting a 372, a third day of rise going into tomorrow? Absolutely. However, we can see that price market already opened for tomorrow, and we already started that uptrend push. So EA right now is going to be another one on my list where we'll keep it on the list, right? We definitely want to start seeing these uptrend moves on EA. If we could continue to get them, then perfect. We'll start looking for a trade. If price decides to start rejecting these highs, then that's alright too, right? We'll look for a pullback, and then we'll look for price to give us the same thing, right? Change of character, break of structure with a retest to then continue to push on to the top side. So EA is one we're gonna keep on. We're gonna watch it for tomorrow morning. And again, guys, any questions, just let me know. No problem at all. So EURCAD. Right, this was the example for that AU pair that we were looking at too. So with the gap in the market. So EURCAD, we know we're in V1, we're in the first zone of consolidation. Again, consolidation where price is moving sideways, and we're looking for price to break above our zone of consolidation to continue the second trend, that second push to the top side. Right, so in the zone of consolidation, again, we know that we're trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, right? Lower high, price broke here, lower low, then price started going up, right? We ended up breaking these highs, right? So we know that we're trading now between this daily high up here and these daily lows down here at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Here at the top of the zone of consolidation, as you can see by what I have drawn, the ideal movement that I'll be looking for is for price to give me a break of these highs, right? To give me a valid break of structure of the zone of consolidation, to then give me a steep pullback to fill these gaps up at the bottom, to then continue to push to the top side. However, right now, we can see in the internal time frame and the lower time frames going to the 4-hour, we could see that price has been consolidating for quite a while, for a few weeks now, We've been rejecting lows, rejecting highs, going to the middle, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, going to the middle, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, going to the middle, rejecting lows, going back to the middle, right? So we're in a situation on ECAD right now where we're just moving sideways. What does that mean? Well, before I could enter a trade, and in this case, since we're in an uptrend, I'm only going to be focusing on uptrends, right? Before I could enter a trade, right, and prices at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, what do I need to see in the internal time frame? I need to see the change of character, I need to see the break of structure, and then to get into go back to the top of the zone of consolidation. That's it. At the top of the zone of consolidation, the only time I'm looking to take a trade is when price gives me a break of the top of consolidation and a retest. It is the only way I'll take a trade at the top of the zone of consolidation. So right now for ECAD, we're looking good. Right, we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. This is where I want to start seeing in the internal time frame. What do I want to see? I want to see the change of character, and I want to see a break of structure. Did we get that break? No. We got an inducement of the highs, and then price just started going lower low, lower high, all the way back down to the bottom into a lower low. So not only do we not have a break of structure, we also don't have 2 days of rise. So we don't even have a 372. We could still see price respecting the lower lows and the lower highs. We're still respecting the 800 EMA. If price would have given us that break of structure today, I mean, it would have been just crystal clear, picture perfect, right? Break, retest to continue, and we have clean traffic all the way to the top side, right? That's exactly what we would want to see on a pair like this, right? So as of right now, again, you know, I'm not even going to mark this as a pullback to say, oh, this is higher high, higher low, higher high, lower. No, all of this is part of the same trend, right? So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high. I'm gonna mark, pretty much gonna mark this entire zone like this, right? And right now for ECAD, we're just gonna have to sit on our hands once again. Just wait it out, wait for structure to play out, wait for our confirmations, and then execute on the trade. So right now for ECAD, we're just gonna wait this one out just a little bit. And once again, before I could even consider price going up to the top side, what does price need to do, right? We know that price is going to want to fill these gaps up that we have here at the bottom of the market. We're zooming it in, right? We have a gap here at the bottom of the market. So again, we know price is going to fill those gaps up before we do anything else. So ECAD, just going to be patient. Just going to be patient. Going to be waiting for ECAD to do the same thing that GU did. Once ECAD does what GU did, then we'll execute those trades. All right, and we'll go towards GU now. We're only missing a few pairs, and then we'll see the comparison between that one and ECAD. Right, so Euro USD, we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. And once again, in this zone of consolidation, we know that price rejected these highs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. Right, every single time we got up to these highs, price rejected and went down. So we already understood that this 4th month variation that we would have had for price to continue to push to the top side for this month of October, we already knew it was very slim, right? We knew this wasn't really going to work out. And what did price do? It just melted and continued to melt back down to the bottom, which we'll see in the 4-hour. In the 4-hour, we know that this is just a pullback. We had a previous higher high, higher low, higher high. Didn't break the older highs. We didn't break the lows. We didn't get a real pullback until now. So now that we're getting this pullback, now it's just a waiting game, right? Is price going to respect these lows that we have here on our left-hand side? Is price going to reject, is price going to respect them, or is price going to break through, right? And right now we have 3 weeks of drop. After 3 weeks of drop, market must go sideways or push onto the top side. And we were looking for those confirmations in the lower time frame, and right now price just nothing. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then price went down and gave us still these lows, right? No continuations. Structure is still down. We have no shift. We have no change of character. We have no break of structure, right? Price is still just making lower lows and lower highs, moving counter, moving against the trend. So before I could consider taking a trade on EU, what do I need to see? I need to see that change of character. I need to see that break of structure. Once price gives me those type of movements, that's when I'll start taking a trade. Sorry, but I wasn't really catching up. Are you supposed to see both change of character and break of structure before making an entry? Yes, that is correct. You want to wait for the entire shift. And the reason for that, and that's a good question, right? Let's there was a few pairs that did that today. So I know US30 was one of them. right? I know US30 was one that gave us a fake, it didn't give us a break of structure after the change of character, right? And when we're looking at it, was it, hold on, let me go back. I don't think it was, it wasn't US30. Damn, what pair was it? I did a one-on-one session this morning. Well, it wasn't even this morning. It was like this afternoon at like 3 or 4. Um, I think I did it. I think I showed him the example on a pair that he was looking at, and I just don't remember what pair it was, and it wasn't a pair that I had on my list. I just don't remember what it was. It was some crazy pair. So I've never seen that. I've never traded that pair before. I don't remember what pair it was. Damn, my bad. Let me see if I can use another example. But yeah, before you could even answer, right? Just to answer that question, right? You want to see the change of character and you want to see that break of structure, right? Without that break of structure, it'll be looking like this. So let's go back to the pair that we were on. We did EU already. I bet I just kind of lost myself. Yeah, we did EU. Okay. So I'll give you the example, right? You have price moving. I thought it was only supposed to be the change of character. Yeah, no, it's both. You want to see a change of character. After you see the change of character, you want to wait for the break of structure. Once you get the break of structure, that's when you want to enter the trade to then continue and get into a continuation, right? Because let's say price is giving you lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? Once you saw price break these highs and give you a change of character, right? What could price do here? Many of the times, price will make you believe this is where price is just going to do this, right? But then realistically speaking, what is this? This is just the inducement to make people believe that this is where price is going to turn around, right? And um instead of just giving you a retest, price is just going to do something like this instead, right? So once you get that change of character, which is the first break of the trend, you want to wait for price to then give you the break of structure, right? So you'll be looking for change of character, higher low, higher high, break of structure, higher low, and this is where you would want to take the trade, right? So taking a trade here, low probability. Taking a trade after the break of structure, high probability, right? So let's do it this way too. Change of character. Right, and then break of structure. I hope that makes sense. Um, and in the live sessions in the morning, and especially in the Discord too, whenever I'm in the Discord, that's the main thing that we talk about, right? And we see this happening every single time. Every single time we look for a trade or we're looking for trades, we always see a change of character, right? Because again, the market is always going to give you different type of moves, right? The market is always going to make traders believe that, oh, this is where price is going to flip, right? Or vice versa, right? But end of the day, right? The easiest way to go through this is, again, whenever you get a change of character, wait for that break of structure. It doesn't matter what time frame you're in. Whether you're in the daily time frame, whether you're in the 4 hour, whether you're in the 30-minute, whether you're in the 5-minute, and the 1-minute, you want to see the change of character. After the change of character, you want to see that break of structure. If you don't get that break, and if you don't get a clean break, then you know price is just still inducing, and you want to wait for that complete turnaround. Now, if you're trading 100% with the trend, right? I'll also give you this example, which I don't know if it's a good idea because I don't want to confuse traders who don't, or who can't see. I wouldn't say don't. It's just I don't want to confuse the traders who can't see the overall move just yet, right? Is there times where you could get an earlier entry? Absolutely, right? We're not 100% always following this method, right? Especially if we're trading with the trend, right? If we're trading with the trend, making higher highs and higher lows, we'll be trading the break of structure retest to then continue, right? Um, if we're catching, 372s or third week highs, third month highs, right? We'll be looking for a lower entry. But then there's also a lot of other things when it comes to market structure, different entry points if you're looking for engulfing candles, if you're looking for morning stars, if you're looking for a little type 1, type 2, type 3 type of situation. So there's a whole bunch of other reasonings behind it, right? But keeping it simple, right? Let's say you get again just a naked chart, all you're looking for is price action, you're looking at market structure. This is the end of the day to keep this the most simplest form, right? When we're just focusing on candlesticks and we're looking at market structure, right? The 100% confirmed flip that price has 100% turned around is going to be when price gives you the break of structure after the change of character. If you get in after the change of character, you're still gambling, let's say it that way, right? You're still gambling with the chance that price is going to continue to push to the top side. Right, so I hope that makes sense. So GA daily time frame, we know that we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We know that we're still trading between this daily high and this daily low. Price went up to the highs and gave us an exhaustion candle, pretty much letting us know that price is not strong enough to continue to push to the top side, and that's exactly what we saw. Lower low, lower high, lower low to where we're at right now in the lower high. So right now we're not in the exact best situation, best place to look for a trade. However, GA, we know that we had a weak horizon. This was one that we wanted to update just to make sure we didn't get a no net and perfect, right? It gave us 2 weeks of rise. Now, this week being the third week, could we expect a third weekly high for this pair, right? Remember what I was saying on Sunday's session, right? The only thing I don't like about this pair and this third weekly high that we have is that now if we go down to the 30-minute time frame, again, what do we have? We have a gap at the bottom of the market, right? What I did like was the fact that we had a change of character, right? So we had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character. All of this is part of the same trend: higher high, higher low, and then we had the break of structure that happened here, and we are now trading between this higher high and this higher low, right? We had a nice pullback. Again, the only thing I didn't like about this and these entries, or what I still don't like about any of these entries, is the fact that we have a 30-minute gap here at the bottom of the market. If price last week, remember this is pretty much Thursday and Friday, if Thursday and Friday would have dedicated price to fill these gaps up, and then we would have started these uptrend moves by the end of last week to the beginning of this week, we would have 100% already have been in these trades. We're looking for price to give us the third weekly high. However, the fact that price went and left the gap here at the bottom of the market, I'm still not comfortable enough to take these trades, right? On top of everything else, we have 2 days of rise. Could we be expecting price to give us that third day of rise tomorrow? Right, 100%. And you could already see the market opened and it went right back to the top. So at this point in time, GA for me is a pair that I'm going to keep an eye on it, going to be focusing on it, but I'm not going to be trading it until I see that candle closure of the gap at the bottom of the market. Right, taking a trade before that is going to be a little bit risky. Again, before price could even continue the trend and start breaking daily highs, we need to see that gap closure. So GA is one that I'm going to just fall back on for a little bit. Gonna continue to monitor it, but I'm not gonna be adding it to a watch list, anything like that just yet. Again, for the most part, a lot of these pairs are gonna be just like that. I'm gonna just watch them, but it's not like I'm gonna put them on a watch list or be like, oh yeah, this is the one we're gonna have to look at. For right now, I don't think there's one pair on my list that looks that way. GCAD, we're in level 2. We already broke above our V1. We broke out of the zone of consolidation, and we still just haven't gotten a steeper pullback, right? Would love to get a steeper pullback on GCAD somewhere around the 200 EMA, so we could continue the trend. We could see that price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. Price ended up giving us 2 weeks of rise, right? So this is perfect. Could we be expecting price to give us that third weekly high to the top side this week? Once again, this is a pair that we're currently trading in the higher high. We're in the highest point right now of this trend. Is this the best place to take a trade? Is this the best place to look for an entry? Right? When you're looking to take a trade going long, do you want to take that trade going long in the higher high, or do you want to take that trade in the higher low? Right? Vice versa for sells. When you're taking short positions, do you want to sell at the bottom of the market in a lower low, or do you want to wait for a lower high to then take those shorts from the lower high going into the lower low? Right? So it's very similar to what we're looking at in the structure here in GCAD. Right now we're trading in the higher high. I want to get into a higher low. I need to see a steeper pullback before I could get into a trade. So GCAD, in my opinion, again, in my rule sets and my watch list, this is not a pair that I'm really going to be focusing on. Another reason as to why I'm not looking at it too is because, yeah, again, we had a change of character, right? We had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. Notice how price never gave us the break of structure, right? And what did price do? Well, if you thought that this was going to be, right, and this is a great example, Albert, right here, right? How many people do you think thought this was going to be a simple retest, right? How many people do you think thought, oh shit, we're in a zone of consolidation, we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, which is also retesting the previous break of structure, right? Which is retesting the previous change of character, right? How many people do you think got into these positions, Albert? Right? So, once again, if I don't see that break of structure after the change of character, I don't care. I'm not taking that trade. It's just that simple. Right? Once you see the change of character, perfect. That's step number 1. Step number 2 now is waiting for that break of structure. Right? It doesn't matter what the market could give you. The market could have 2 days of rise, but if you don't have a break of structure after that second day, you're done. We're not even looking for an entry at that point. We know that price is not going to want to continue to push to the top side. So, this is a pair that technically we did get a third day high, right? We did get a new daily high, and then price gave us a rise drop. Now, could I be expecting a fourth push to the top, a fourth day variation where we have another day of rise tomorrow? Again, this is a pair that I'm not expecting price to respect these zones and continue to push to the top side. I'm still expecting price to, again, give us that inducement, exactly what we drew out, right? Once again, lower low, lower high, lower low. It gave you an inducement, higher high, to make everybody believe this is where price is going to go higher. And what is price going to do is just going to melt and go right back down to the bottom. Thanks for the explanation, brother. No problem. So GCAD again is another one of those pairs that I'm going to keep an eye on it. Not going to be trading it. Just going to wait it out. GJ is one of those other pairs. Once again, I'm just waiting it out. In the daily time frame, we're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Looking at structure, we know that we had a previous higher high, higher low, higher high in the daily time frame. But now if we go down to the 4 hour, we know that price is downtrending. Lower low, lower high, lower low. And price gave us this lower high up here. And how many times for the last 3 weeks, how many times have we seen price reject these highs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and where we're at now, 6 and 7. Right? So when am I looking to take a trade? Once again, it's very simple. Same thing we talked about on ECAD. The only way I'm taking a trade here on GJ is if and when price gives us a break of the highs to then continue to the top side, or if price gives us a rejection of the highs. And what do we want to see off the rejections of the highs? We want to start seeing change of character, break of structure. However, this is one of those pairs too that the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute structure is not these candles, right? So GJ completely for me is a mess. 30-minute time frame, the last time we had structure was lower low, lower high, and then price gave us a lower low, and all of this is part of the same trend. Everything else that's happening inside of this 30-minute high and 30-minute low and the 4-hour high and the 4-hour low is just internal time frame. We're talking about 5-minute structure. And once again, we could do the same type of situation, right? For this downtrend push, did we get a change of character? Did we get a break of structure? Let's look, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now, what do we have here? Do we have clean breaks? Well, we could argue and say, oh, but we had clean breaks. You know, look how many candles closed below. Okay, cool. Where are we? Yeah, we're at the top of the we're chasing some trades on GJ where we could go back and forth and argue about market structure. And again, point is we're in one time frame, keeping it simple once again. In one time frame, we're seeing higher highs and higher lows. We see a double bottom, we see the break, and we see price just sitting here. In the 4-hour time frame, that's not what we see. In the 4-hour time frame, what we see is a previous lower low, lower high, lower low, and we're in a lower high. So just think about how much tension is in these areas from here to here. How many buyers do you think are in this area? How many sellers do you think are in this area? And we're talking about a 295 pip area on GJ, right? So already understanding that for the last 4 weeks, we've been just trapping traders the entire time, I would just rather wait it out. Again, what do I mean by waiting it out? If price gives us a break of these highs, then I'll start looking for an entry going long. I no longer have to look for an entry and then for the last week, week and a half, right? If you got in on an entry, you were in profit and then you'd go back and break even. In profit, back and break even. In profit, back and break even. In profit, back and break even. Right? So it's one of those situations where I'm just going to wait for price to start trending to then start taking the trades, and then I'm good. I don't have to babysit the trade. I don't have to worry about, oh, is price going to go into the direction today? Is price just going to move sideways? Is price going to move counter? I don't have to ask myself those questions when price is trending, right? So once we get that break, then I'll start taking a trade. And again, GJ is one of those situations where overall, just how everything is connecting, our daily highs to the daily structure to the 4-hour structure. I don't like trading when one time frame is telling me one thing and then the other time frame is telling me something completely different. Now, when the daily is up and the 4-hour is up and the 30-minute is up and we're all trending in the same exact way, we're all uptrending, then yeah, I'll start taking those trades. Right? So GU or GJ, we're just gonna skip through it. I'm not gonna be trading GJ. GU, the comparison that looked different from EURCAD's pair, right? I believe it was EURCAD, is that GU gave us a break of structure of V1. So V1 once again is the first zone of consolidation in an uptrend, and we're looking for that second trend, that second push to the top side. But before we could see that second push, what do we need to see? We need to see the break of structure. Did we get the break of structure? Yes. We got the clean break, and now we're getting the pullback. So what are we looking for now in level 2? In level 2, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. So we could already see that price is giving us a pullback down to the 200 EMA. And this is what we could see in the 4-hour time frame. At one point, we were uptrending, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price went down and gave us a lower low change of character. And that's where we're at right now. We're just still waiting to see what price wants to do in these areas. Right? And once again, GU is another example of one of those pairs that gave us just a change of character. So once again, we'll draw this out. Same thing we did with the other pair. Every single pair is traded the exact same way, guys. There's not something that I'm doing differently on AU, that I'm doing on GU, that I'm doing on US30, and then you see that I'm trading different on US30 to USDCAD. No. We're trading the exact same thing on every single pair. There's not one thing that we do differently. So Albert, this is another example. You had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high change of character. How many people do you think were stuck in these buys today? How many people do you think were stuck in these sells today saying, oh, this is a double top? Right? It doesn't matter that this is a pair that's uptrending. It doesn't matter that this is a pair that gave us 2 days of rise. Oh, we have 2 days of rise. Why didn't we get the third day? It doesn't matter that we have a change of character. once again, we understand that ultimate shift, a shift in trend 100% is always going to be the break of structure after the change of character. Without that break of structure, there is no trades that can be taken. You need to see that change. You need to see that break of structure. You need to 100% always see that break of structure. So GU, once again, it's another pair that right now we're just waiting it out. I'm still looking for a steeper pullback. I'm looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA here in the daily time frame, which is a retest of the previous higher low as well in the structure. So this is looking good, right? This is looking good. GU is one of those pairs that right now is moving crystal clear, right? And we just gotta wait for those confirmations. US30 is another pair. I'm gonna skip it. The reason I'm gonna skip this too, and if you guys want explanations for US30, I would say just go look at the last previous classes that we did, the previous live stream sessions. I had that same student from today that was doing that one-on-one. I'm not gonna name drop him, but he pretty much what I talk about always saying that I don't want to do US30 on stream and give like broad examples is because I know that for beginner traders that's going to entice them into wanting to take these trades and look at these pairs. So personally, when it comes to US30 for me, I'm not going to do a full breakdown. I'm just going to do the regular, right? And since this is a pair that I'm not looking for any entries live on stream, this is a pair that I'm trading on my own time because I'm not going to. The number one thing I'm trying to do is avoid trading to be confusing to the people who are just trying to learn, who are just starting to learn. You can't do that with US30. You can, but there's a whole other side of trading, which is you need to be patient and you need to wait. And 99% of traders who are just starting off do not have that skill set just yet. And you cannot learn that skill set on a pair like US30, especially not if you're an NYC trader trading US30, because as soon as that 930 candle opens, you're going to be super hectic, you're going to be super, sporadic, you're going to be looking for entries, you're going to think you're good, right? And then all of a sudden, what happens? Price starts moving, right? Which goes into what we were talking about this morning in this morning's session that we had in the Discord, right? So long story short, with US30, we're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Not the best place to take a trade. Daily time frame, we're at the highest point. In the 4-hour time frame, we had 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, we got a new third week high, and then price started going down. But we could see that price is pretty much just giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Right? In the 30-minute time frame, we could see that higher high, higher low, higher high, and we're in a higher low right now. So let me go ahead and delete some of these drawings, guys. This is a lot on my screen. And I'm gonna have to take some time. I said I was gonna do it this weekend, and I just completely. I'm gonna have to do it this week for sure. I gotta update my charts a little bit. Alright, so we know we had 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, market must go sideways or go down. It ended up going down for us today. We had a bearish 4-hour candle, and we had a day of drop. So right now, just waiting it out on US30, nothing too crazy. USDCAD, we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. And right now, we're still at the top of the zone of consolidation. We have no continuations, just waiting for price to give us a confirmation as to where it wants to go. We had 2 weeks of rise, last week being the third week. Price ended up giving us that third week push. Again, not expecting price to continue this push to the top side, but we could see that price just doesn't care, right? Price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. So let's update our 30-minute low. We know that we are now trading between this previous higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. We had this break here, so now we're trading between this 30-minute high over here. We have a day of rise. No. day of rise, and we have a bearish 4-hour candle. So right now for USDCAD, looking for a pullback before I could enter a trade. USD ZAR, we are in V2. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We're in the safety trade with USD ZAR, so this is looking beautiful. Now, in order for me to take a trade, again, what do I need to see? I need to see that change of character, break of structure. Daily time frame, we're still downtrending. 4-hour downtrend, 4-hour time frame, we're still making lower low, lower high, and lower low. We're still downtrending, right? 30-minute time frame, what do we see? On the 30-minute time frame, we're still uptrending. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Price went up and gave us a higher high, right? We're trading between this higher low, this higher high. We had a day of drop on Friday. Then today, Monday, price ended up giving us a day of no net, just a day where price is moving sideways. So right now we have no continues with ZAR, no continuations with ZAR. So we're gonna wait this one out as well. Gold, very similar outcome to US30. I'm not gonna do a full breakdown on this one. We're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Still trading between the same parameters, right? Right now in the 4-hour time frame, higher high, higher low. This is the higher high that was given up here, right? In the 30-minute time frame, whoa. Right, in the 30-minute time frame, we know that we're trading between higher high, higher low, and these higher highs over here. And we have another day today where price gave us a no net, just moved sideways. So gold, not gonna do a full breakdown, just gonna wait it out. I'm not even trading. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not even trading gold right now. We have a nice not a valid engulfing candle in the 4-hour. Nothing in the daily. How about the 1-hour? Nothing in the 1-hour. Okay. Yep. Just gonna skip over gold. I'm not gonna be trading gold like that, so we're just gonna skip through it. Bitcoin, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, change of character. Right, so right now we have a lower low change of character on Bitcoin. Let's see, once again, is this just gonna be the inducement to then continue the push to the top side, or is this really where price is gonna turn around? And again, we'll wait for the 30 minutes to give us that confirmation. We could also look at where price pushed up, and we'll do that now in the higher time frames, right? That'll give us more confirmation. But in the daily time frame, right, we know we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. Right, so right now we know that we have that perfect. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we know that we had previously lower low, lower high, lower low, and price right now gave us that lower high. And that lower high that we're in, it gave us that retest of the 4-hour high. However, we also know that we have 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, price gave us that third high, right? That third push, and then started going down. So again, could this be just a liquidity grab to continue the push to the top side and to also just break above our zone of consolidation? Absolutely. Right? So again, they're just keeping this shit easy for us now. What do we want to see here at the bottoms? Well, at the bottoms, now we want to start seeing that change of character, break of structure again to go right back to the top side. Or if price gives us the break of structure to the bottom, then we'll be looking for price to continue this downtrend push and give us a steeper pullback. And last but not least, guys, oil. Right, oil has been in this little zone of consolidation. We finally broke below it, by the end of Friday. We got a pullback today, Monday, and then price just kind of stood here. It didn't really do nothing crazy. Price, I thought today was gonna, give us a little bit more of a push, but it just was not filling us at all. Price did not want to move, so it's all good. We'll wait for the confirmations once again to continue. So let me go ahead and update this. We have a day of rise counter going against the trends. Let me move this here, right? And we know that we're still trading between the, first of all, the zone of consolidation. We broke below it, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. We're trading between this 30-minute high and 30-minute low. We know that in the 4-hour we have no continuations. I needed to add this line and I didn't. right? No continuations, and in the daily time frame, we know we're in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the bottom, and we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Not the best place to look for a trade. However, we know that in the 4-hour, we're still trading between the previous lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and now we're seeing price pretty much letting us know, does it want to give us another push to the bottom and give us another lower low, or does price want to start the uptrend push and give us a steeper pullback? So you just got to be patient, guys. That's pretty much it. So any questions before we leave, guys? Let me know. Anything else you guys want me to go over, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, whether or not they're on our list. Any questions, anything you guys want me to explain, let me know. If not, we'll be done for tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Once again, personally, I'm not really looking at anything. Nothing's really on my watch list. I said that on Sunday. This morning when I joined the Discord and I talked about the charts, I said the same thing as well. I'm not really too focused on these entries at this point. I'm looking for something a little bit more clean, more crystal clear. But it's all good, right? That's the game. Sometimes you're gonna have days where you're just completely dry, and you'll have days where you have a lot of trades. And again, I can't be upset, right? Last week, the week before, and the week before, for the last pretty much the last month, we've had really good trades compared to the last 5-6 months of the markets. So I can't complain, right? So we'll be back tomorrow morning. Once again, join the Discord. The link for that is in the description. We do these sessions every single day for free for you guys. We do one-on-one sessions for free for you guys in the Discord as well. We do the live trading session Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. We do the isolation session, which is this session, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. And we do the weekly market breakdown, which is another session we do in the weekends on Sunday at 11 a.m. So make sure you guys join, request on one-on-one sessions, message us in Discord, message us on X or Twitter or Instagram, and just let us know. So hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Peace out.